Had an apartment at Westbridge Residences that had been empty since I got married. That day, the management called me. Ms. Irving, can you ask your tenant to be more careful when hanging laundry? Water dripped from their clothes and soaked a blanket downstairs. Then they sent me a photo. Wet, sexy lingerie hung on the balcony with a pair of familiar men's underwear next to it. My heart sank, and I called my husband immediately. Did you rent out the apartment at Westbridge Residences? My husband went quiet for 2 seconds, then laughed. Whoops! I was going to surprise you, but I guess you found out. I'll give you the rent when I get home. I pretended to be happy about it and praised him for helping bring in more money for the family. After hanging up, I turned around and went straight to the Westbridge Residences. By the time I reached Westbridge Residences, the women on 2 different floors were already leaning over their balconies, screaming at each other. The older woman downstairs jabbed at the dripping lingerie with a laundry pole, yelling, "Go on! Keep hanging it out here, you selfish woman!" A pair of men's underwear fell to the ground. I saw it clearly. It belonged to my husband, Gary Carter. He had lost some weight lately, and I had tightened the waistband myself. Whatever hope I was holding on to died right then. I walked to my apartment and unlocked the door. The woman who had been arguing on the balcony turned around in panic. "How did you get in here?" I sneered and toyed with the key. "I own this apartment. How do you think?" This Riverview apartment had been left to me by my mother. The economy had been bad, and Gary had tried several times to talk me into selling it to help his cash flow. But I could never give it up because of the memories. Recently, he said a negotiation had fallen through, costing the company a lot. Seeing him come home late every day made my heart ache, so I started thinking about selling. I never expected him to surprise me like this. The woman forced a smile. "Oh dear, it's you, Wendy. I'm Quinn Lawson, Gary's cousin. I've been looking for a job, so I've been staying here." I stepped inside and could hardly breathe. Almost every trace of my mother had been wiped away. Expensive bags, clothes, and makeup lay everywhere. His cousin? Ridiculous. Gary's mother had no relatives. Besides, a young woman looking for work couldn't afford all these luxury goods. When she noticed me staring, she hurriedly cleaned up. "My boyfriend bought these. I told him not to, but he insisted." I raised my brows. "Oh, if your boyfriend is that rich, why don't you move in with him?" "What rent?" Quinn blurted. She immediately tried to fix it. "Even if we're relatives, I can't owe Gary rent. Even families should be clear about finances." I pretended not to notice and stood up. "Since you paid rent, you can stay. Add me on Facebook." After adding her, I left. But I came back soon after. I could hear Quinn's sickly sweet voice through the door. "Honey, hurry home. Your sorry excuse of a wife came over to harass me." When I got home, I immediately went through Quinn's social media. 3 posts stood out. In the first, she wore an emerald bracelet. The caption read, "Guess how much this is worth." I recognized it as the bracelet Gary's mother wore. In his family, that bracelet was meant for the daughter-in-law. Gary had said he couldn't find it. He had given it to his mistress. In the second photo, Quinn wore a bikini beside a pool at a luxury hotel. I knew the hand-spreading sunscreen on her back belonged to Gary. His little finger was different due to a childhood injury. The date was our wedding anniversary. He had told me he had an emergency business trip. I had begged him to stay, but he said I was immature. In the third post, she showed off luxury goods from a trip to Golland. The camera swept past a credit card with the same last digits as Gary's card. Those goods were worth at least $200,000. All I got on the holiday was a $20 movie ticket. Anger surged inside me. I was angry at myself for being so blind. I sent all the evidence to my classmate Zach White, a top divorce lawyer. After reading it, Zach was furious. "Gary is despicable. Don't worry. I'll make him spit out every last thing he took from you." Just after I took 2 sips of water, Gary called. "I need to work overtime at the factory. I won't be home tonight. By the way, my cousin said you met her. I'll transfer the rent she gave me to you." I knew